I was on the fence about this way, but I feel like I just want to put an absolute pin in this from our vantage point, because God knows this is going to last for another like 2 weeks of tweets and retweets and reactions and
you
takes.
want to talk about it? Okay.
Do you care at all about how the chairs get set up at your local independent show? And are you flabbergasted as I am that people are still debating this?
Am I flabbergasted? Of course not. This is this is what Twitter is made for. Is bullshit.
Oh my God,
bullshit
dude!
like
it's
this.
like every wrestler has to have like so and so reacts to this. I was like, dude, I can't fake it that I just don't care. I do not care at all about this. None.
I mean,
this is right up there with Ric Flair's status with Wendy Barlow. Okay, in terms of like, you just could not. I can't fake my lack of interest in this story.
Yeah. I can't say it's not interesting. Like, I mean, I don't think it'd have this much life if it wasn't a little bit interesting. I think it's.
What was Cody's tweet? Cody's was the best. It was like
so. I guess like there may be some people. Should
we recap this, or do we assume everyone knows
go
this?
ahead. We'll use this for a YouTube clip. Why the fuck not?
Oh, great. Avery Styles, who is 19, he had his first match a few weeks ago, and then immediately got booked by GCW. And I think this was like his second match, and he's getting flown. This was SummerSlam weekend, and he worked on the show, and it got like fine reviews. He worked with Marcus Mathers, who is trains at the Dungeon with Natty. And because it was SummerSlam weekend, Natty went to the show, and the next day she's being interviewed and put over the match and put over Avery that he wants to pay his dues. He doesn't want to be coddled. And this got picked up online, this quote, and Eric Cannon saw this. And Eric Cannon of First Wrestling, they were like co-promoting this show. So he was there. And his response is that as someone who watched this kid skirt away from helping with a single thing at this very show, I'd just like to say LOFL. Now, the irony of all this is that Eric Cannon got multiple shout-outs on the post shows for WWE on both nights of SummerSlam, by the way, being in Minnesota. So this was kind of funny that Eric Cannon was actually mentioned several times.
He got one from Punk. Who else did he get one
Someone
from?
the night... Because Punk was night one. Someone again on night two brought him up. I can't remember who it was, but I remember someone mentioned Eric Cannon after Punk did as well. Anyway, that's besides the point. So this, of course, was just... Well, this was enough that it's like, okay, he's like Avery Styles, this spoiled 19-year-old, wouldn't help out anyone. He's got a big superstar status as the Nepo baby of indie wrestling. Mm-hmm. Well, folks, who's Avery's father? Okay. A man that has never once bit his tongue. Okay. Now let's go through that. In case you are not aware of this story, does he pick up the phone? Does he DM Eric Cannon? Does he go on Twitch? Or number 4, does he quote tweet Eric Cannon for maximum? Let's blow this story up into a massive story. That's going to have days.
It was already blown up.
It was already getting there, but AJ added a lot to this. I don't know if this was the wisest. I understand AJ doing this, but at the same time, you have now made this like a thing for your son. He was paid to wrestle at JCW, not help you put up and take down the ring. That sounds like your job. You just sound like a jealous douche. Just had to add the end part there. Now listen, I don't have any dog in the race here, but I feel a lot of people that are commenting on this are. And this is a referendum on what is your relationship like with AJ Styles / WWE. And that is generally where you're going to fall here for a lot of people that are commenting on this. Am I wrong?
What do you mean? Like
I feel a lot of people are
using this as a WWE versus the Indies type of
not
battle?
As much. It just feels that, like, for instance, it just feels like this is just exploded into something that I legitimately feel bad for this 19-year-old that is now like this is going to be the perception of him now to audiences I don't think this is going to affect him being booked or anything.
Which, let's be fair, in wrestling is not the worst thing. But yes, okay.
But you know what? He's had 2 matches. You know what I mean? It's like he's
still a kid.
He's a kid. He's absolutely a kid. Like I just, you know what? It's all of the point is all of this should have been privately handled. Like litigating this on Twitter is just.
I'm just laughing.
Well,
in the modern age, expecting that level of I don't disagree with you. Like, but this is the age we live in, and if you're an Eric Cannon, maybe like I think perhaps he would have a legitimate gripe.
This is going to be spring break. The next spring break is Eric Cannon versus Avery Styles in a chairs match.
I'm sure Brett Lauderdale is trying to book it right now, but like having
and AJ shows up, Styles clash to Eric Cannon.
It is the nature of just the cycle, and I don't even think I feel like you can somewhat understand Eric Cannon's motivation here at being presented with this headline, this quote of Natalya, who is just kind of going about her own business, putting over Avery Styles as a young and humble learner. Eric Cannon having gone through what he's been through, and there have been people who are also at the show who have backed Eric Cannon up and saying that this Avery Styles, here they are spending so much time talking about.
I didn't even want to. I didn't want to. I walked into a trap.
Anyway,
I walked into a trap.
There be people who have supported Eric Cannon saying this guy was asked to set up chairs and instead did not do it. Now that would piss, I think, anybody off who was in the situation. So I don't begrudge Eric Cannon for calling this out online. It's just the machine has snowballed this into way bigger of a deal than it needed to be.
Like this is going to be Avery Styles' like reaction now at these shows. Like this is going to be his he's going to be catcalled and he's going to have to deal with this now. And I don't know if it's smart or not that he's stayed out of this completely. Maybe that's the wiser choice, but at the same time, it's. Like when your dad is doing all of the talking, like again, I understand it, but it kind of just feeds that same sentiment.
I don't think AJ should be running PR for really. I don't think that's his future in the WWE. Machine.
Oh, I think AJ would be great at PR. I wish he was a spokesperson for WWE.
I did not think his tweet helped whatsoever. I mean, Eric Cannon, who knows what his motivations are, but he's certainly extending the life of this, by really kind of prodding.
He's calling out the obvious hypocrisy. Listen, I do get it to an extent. I also have a lot of leeway for again a 19-year-old here who is just.
So here's Eric Cannon posting a series of photos from the past.
The Jimmy Hart one was
the Jimmy Hart one. Setting up chairs was great. He also posted a photo of Cody Rhodes at some indie event in the past, sweeping up looks like broken glass from the ring after a show. And this brought Cody Rhodes into it. Are
we sure this isn't an Omega match that he did?
An Omega match? What do you mean?
With the
Kenny Omega match
with the cleaner, with the broom,
with the mop. Yeah. Cody Rhodes says, Eric, my friend, no shade intended, but my outlook. Avery is 19. His father was paying dues and making sacrifices throughout that young man's youth that some people may never understand. When you're the family holding down the fort, to simplify. He already set up the effing chairs. And
I love this.
I mean, maybe to some that reads like a good sort of
this sounds like a Cody promo that he would have cut in AEW in 2021. He already set up the metaphorical chairs that we sit on to this day.
Totally.
And quite a bit of shade thrown his way, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, but the response to this, from what I have seen, it was not certainly not. I think.
I didn't read the response.
I mean, this just felt like a nepo baby defending another nepo baby. Which I don't know. I don't know if Cody should have responded. He maybe should have stayed out of this whole thing. It's ugly. It's messy, and you know what? I don't know. I hope if you're on Twitter, you had some kind of a bit of fun.
Actually, the best one that capitalized on this was Lexus King, who posted Birthright. They're literally, their group is the Nepo Babies. And they just posted a picture of all of them together, just writing, "We already set up the effing chairs."
Yeah, great. I don't know, dude.
This is the stupidest story. This is the stupidest story, dude.
It's stupid, but people are free to have fun with it. It looks like he's somewhat taking it in stride. I hope, Avery Styles. And I don't necessarily think it's the worst thing for a professional wrestler, but at 19, I don't know. It feels like it's
the benefactor is going to be at the end of the day. GCW and First are they'll make some money off of this, and as should Avery, who should absolutely get a T-shirt made. Okay. I already set up the fucking chairs. He should come out every match. He should come out and there's chairs already set up as like weapons.
Does this not send a message though to like every like would-be independent pro wrestler out there to get to these shows early and to offer to like to set up everything, the banners, the chairs, you know, like do you need like signs handwritten? Like
they all got an etiquette lesson this week in pro wrestling. So thank Uncle Alan for that one. We are wrapping up the summer big on the Post Wrestling Cafe as John Pollock and Neil Flanagan are flying to London, England for live on-the-ground coverage of AEW All in London. Also this month, we conclude our reviews of Dark Side of the Ring and WWE Unreal Season 3, reviews of ROH's Death Before Dishonor and TNA Lockdown, Rewind Away will cover the WWF Aggression album, and Book Club will cover Total Nonstop Agony by Vince Russo. Sign up now at postwrestlingcafe.com.